Sit back, strap in, and get ready for After Hours with TC Restani. This is Abigail Harwich, executive producer, welcoming you to the show. And now, TC Restani!
Alrighty, welcome to the After Hours of TC Restani, the podcast. I'm TC Restani, emanating from the palatial podcast penthouse, and I got two pillars of Restani Productions here tonight in studio. I got none other than the stars of South Boston Jeff's Clouded Conversation, the new popular podcast on the Restani network. I could be talking about none other than the host himself, South Boston Jeff. What's going on, Jeff?
No, not much. You heard it here first. Far out. I'm feeling far out and ready to get this done and everything. It's a great show, and I hope everybody's having fun with it and tuning in.
And, of course, his co-host over there, the one and the only Quincy Brisco. What's going on, Quince?
Not much. Yourselves. I guess we gotta face the facts. Summer's coming to an end.
It is.
But Halloween's coming up, so...
That's good. I know you like candy and whatnot, but we're here to talk about Clouded Conversations.
Because
now,
it's a nice cloudy day.
It is a cloudy day out there today, and we're going to have a nice clouded conversation.
Well, okay, so what do you see clouded up today?
Well, it's every day's a clouded day for me. You know that, Quincy.
Well, that's true. Yeah. So what's clouding you up today?
Well, I'm finding out what's going to be clouding up because I'm looking over here across the podcast penthouse, and South Boston Jeff, you have a new kind of bong over there, huh?
Yeah, this is my new funky. It's a rubber bong. It's made of latex, and it works great. I'm gonna give it a shot right in front, if it's okay with you, boss.
Absolutely, absolutely. Right now, you wouldn't be South Boston Jeff if you didn't do it.
Okay, all right. Let me show you how this works.
All right. Wow. Look at that cloud. Unbelievable. All right, well,
what a smooth head it gives.
while Jeff is over getting a little toked right now, I want to talk to you, Quincy Brisco, out there, because you have become a fan favorite on Clouded Conversations. Your episodes with you and Jeff are the highest rated ones of Clouded Conversations.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
That's pretty honoring.
It is honoring out there. And
I thank you, too. I mean... It always goes well and everything, and you never steer me wrong and everything. I have great fun with you, Quincy.
I try not to steer you wrong because it doesn't pay off.
That's absolutely true. Now, I want to get the 411 on the origins of Clouded Conversations, Jeff.
Which origin you want? I'll tell you the origin on who came up with the with South Boston Jeff first, and that name it was. Iron Sheik actually started that,
Really?
when he started coming around the studio and everything, and I met him and got him toked up for the very first time, and we got along famously, and after that, yeah, he was. Remember, he would always come down. Where's that South Boston Jeff? Where is that? He's beautiful, that kid. I need my medicine from that South Boston Jeff. So I decided to keep it and everything. He started South Boston Jeff.
Well, you were his favorite medicine man.
Yeah. The medicine man, like Sean Connery. Ever see that one?
Yeah, the one with Lorraine Bracco.
Oh, yeah. Lorraine Bracco and everything. Who was married to Harvey Keitel, if you didn't know that.
Oh, wow, really? I didn't know that. So that's the origin of South Boston Jeff. But how do you get the origins of Clouded Conversations?
Well, we just, was sitting around, we decided to, what would make a good podcast these days, and we just thought of it off the top of our head and everything. I was sitting around, sitting around the table, doing bong hits as I do and everything. I was like, we should just record this and see who likes it. So that's what we did, and it's getting more and more likes as it goes along. I mean, and I just like to have foggy conversations and with anybody I can. I mean, I can have a conversation with a librarian, a fireman, or Quincy, or anybody, and make it a clouded conversation.
It has definitely been the sleeper hit of the summer of 22 at Restani Productions. I knew going in people were going to like this show because you are a fountain of misinformation. You're an expert on useless knowledge, but you know what? That knowledge translates, and everybody also is an expert on useless knowledge.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Have you had a librarian on here before?
Not yet, but we will work on that sometime in the fall. They have a librarian. Back to school, back to the library.
I was going to say,
that's what popped into my head. Like, I was like, maybe it would be great to talk to a librarian and just ask her the most funky questions. Like, can you, do many people, rent the book Mein Kampf from you these days? And stuff like that, you know? The like, stuff that's going to spin the library's head around.
Have you ever rented that book from the library?
No. Well, why the hell would I rent that? Why the hell?
I'm just curious.
Got to stay away from that book.
There you go, Quincy. What's the last book you ever took out of a library?
I don't know. It's been a long time since I've ever been to the library to take out a book.
Do you still have your library card?
Maybe.
Okay, well, I'm just curious. I haven't been to a library in about 30 some odd years, but that's a different story for a different time.
Oh, I love my library.
You do. You rent a lot of stuff down there. I see you renting the DVDs and all that other stuff.
DVDs. I'm all about using their colored Xerox machines because, get this, whenever I get an autograph, I just take it down to the library and make a photocopy of the autograph, and then tuck the real one away in a warm, dry place, and in case my autographs get ruined or stolen or something like that. So, but I go to the library for that, and I get I get a lot of good movies there. And if they don't have them in there, they usually get them from another library in the area. So,
well, Quincy would call that preventive maintenance with your autographs.
Yeah.
Because you don't want anybody. I know that's a smart move because you don't want anybody walking up. And I know your favorite autograph you have is Jack Nicholson.
Right.
And you waited a long time to get that autograph, and you got it. You were super ecstatic about that. And you immediately went down, Xeroxed it, and hang the Xerox up on the wall.
Right.
I mean, no one walking by is going to know the difference. You're going to know the difference. And if someone walks off with it, they're walking off with a Xerox.
Right.
So the real one is tucked away for the whole world not to see.
Right. And let's say, somebody, like I have a friend, let's say I have a cousin or a friend with a birthday and everything. I send them a photographed, I send them one of these knocked off autographs for their birthday and everything. They make great gifts, and they don't cost me a penny. Photocopies cost me about $0.25. But
25-cent gift out there. Unbelievable. Well, Christmas is coming up, so if you want a phony autograph Xerox by South Boston Jeff, give us a call down here or drop us on our Twitter, which is @AfterHoursTC. Now, Quincy, I know you have a lot of autographs hanging on your wall at home. Those are the real deals, but what's your favorite autograph you have hanging on your wall?
It's a combination of the Cape Crusader or the group from Jaws 2.
Oh, wow.
Those are the classics.
Oh, I was there for that. The guy with the curly hair from Jaws too. That guy who ordered his son to get off the to swim to him. Mike, get off there. You better listen to what I'm saying.
God damn it, Quincy! I'll break your ass, Emily!
Oh yeah. His name was Mike too.
No,
you listen up, Mike.
No, his name was Andy.
Oh, that was
and the son's name, Chief Brody's son's name was Sean.
Oh, okay.
Sean!
Oh, that was the younger son.
Yeah, the older brother's name was Mike. And now also that actor whose name escapes right now was in the opening of Dog Day Afternoon with Al Pacino. Remember they were going to rob the bank and he bailed at the last minute?
Oh yeah.
That was him. That was the kid from Jaws too.
See, that's the kind of useless information that we're talking about.
Right, that's exactly. We were filled with a plethora of useless information down here. Now, Quincy, I want to talk about your fantastic new show that you've been doing out here, Quincy Brisco's Batcast.
I'm going to have to thank all the directors, the makers of the Batcast, and here I find myself with a show that's just basically taking a walk down memory lane of the Cape Crusaders now with basically observing all the different villains of the different shows. All right, I'll
for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, you can find it on YouTube. Just type in Quincy Brisco's Batcast. Howard Miller, your co-host, does a fantastic job editing the program. And basically what Quincy does, it's like a watch-along party with Howard and Quincy, and they watch Batman. Not just the one from the 1960s, but different variations of Batman, because there's a lot of things going on about Batman that Quincy, you have never seen.
Well, that's the whole idea of the Batcast. They pick the episodes, and I simply watch and review them. And as a result, the crowds like it.
Can you sing the opening theme song?
Batcast!
Like I said, you can go on YouTube and find it under Quincy Brisco's Batcast. Now, Jeff, getting back to this bong that you have down here, what's the story of this? Where did you get this?
I got it at Buried Treasures, which is a little tiny head shop that's been which has been across the street from Berkeley School of Music. It's a little tiny shop there, over there, and it's where I get all my incense and all my
incense and peppermints and meaningless notes.
Yes, it's where I get my incense and where I get my pipes, like the one I'm wearing around my neck.
Right.
This is a hash pipe that I fashioned into a necklace.
Well, look at that. I mean, you're just an entrepreneur out there. You really do love your weed.
I certainly do. Yeah. No.
And I mean, how long have you been smoking weed for?
Okay, I would say about 42 years.
42 years. You are 51 years old, correct?
That's great.
So
That's
you've
right.
been doing it for a long time. Now, what got you started on the weed?
No, I'm sorry, that not 42 years. 22 years.
22 years?
Well, let's see. 22.
We obviously don't math down here, because if you're 50 minus 22, that would be like, what, 28?
Well, let's say, like, I started when I was, like, about 18.
Okay, all right, 18. So that was probably around 1989.
Right.
So that's 33 years ago.
Okay.
You've been doing it for a while. All right.
Yeah.
So what got you into the weed?
To tell you the truth, the very first time I smoked was with a mutual thing. You know him, that cat Everett Hussey.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So we are like on the first day of the sixth grade and everything. We ended up in a few classes together, and he made it a mission to skip the final D block, or whatever you call it. The final F block was the final. We decided to skip, and we walked over to the train tracks, and we smoked out of his bowl. I was fascinated with his bowl because he had there were dragons on it and everything, and he told me the story about the dragons and everything. And I was like, this is like a lot of culture comes around this smoking weed, doesn't it? But everybody knows that you don't really get high the first time because your body doesn't really. Well, different people do, because your body doesn't know how to react to it yet. So you don't usually get high the first time, but you do the second time. You get really high. But I always liked the way it made me feel. I liked the relaxation and everything, because I was always a high-strung, nervous person and everything. Back in high school, I was just like jumpy and everything, and I shook because I took a vitamin. I mean, I had a vitamin deficiency, but as soon as I started smoking weed and everything, everybody noticed how relaxed I was, and I liked the way it felt, so.
Now, do you think marijuana should have been legalized a long time ago?
Of course. I don't know why it was decriminalized decriminalized in the first place.
Because everybody smokes it. Everybody I know smokes it, other than Quincy. Everybody.
Yeah, that's right. They're people have been smoking it for years. I mean, just like when they had prohibition on alcohol, people started drinking it illegally at the speakeasies and making it.
Well, I can see alcohol, because alcohol, I mean, I don't know if anybody, there's been a million drunk driving deaths, but how many actually weed driving deaths have there been?
Well, not really at all. They're just now starting to crack down on it just now these days, because well, it doesn't pick up on a breathalyzer, because there's no way of knowing how high. So they get all they can do is give people a ticket for it now.
Right. Quincy, have you ever done weed?
Nope.
Never, huh?
Nope, none of that stuff.
No, just say no.
No, it's not how you fix problems. Sure, I have, but taking that stuff is not the answer.
You just do milk.
Yeah, for me, a glass of milk and
right. Now, need the regular whole milk, skim milk, chocolate milk, strawberry milk. What's the deal?
Whole milk and sometimes chocolate milk.
Okay. And now, what's the fascination with milk? I mean, everybody drank milk as a baby and whatnot. People grow out of it. I really don't like milk, but you live on this stuff.
It's flavoring. It's good for you. It's a nice cold glass of milk. It's just
but I've seen you drink milk with Chinese food.
Hey, sure, milk and beef flavored rice. What's wrong with it?
It's just weird. I mean, milk is usually I associate milk with toddlers in their bottles or people that put it on cereal. I really don't know many people that go around swigging milk like you do, like it's like Coke or water or anything like that.
It does a body good. It's like I said, it's good flavoring. It's just.
Well, good old Alex from Clockwork Orange liked his milk.
Well, that had drugs in it.
Yeah, mescaline and all that.
Who?
Alex from the movie Clockwork Orange. One of my favorite movies of all time. Malcolm McDowell and everything. Clockwork Orange. Stanley Kubrick, 1981. 71. Yeah. Year I was born.
Right. Now, Quincy, if Malcolm McDowell comes back to a town at a convention, you have to get a picture with him drinking milk.
All right, we'll do that.
All right, well, there's a plan. So, Malcolm, you're out there listening. Come back to the Boston area. Quincy will pay the fee to sit there and take a photo of you with his milk. But not the Korova milk bar, though.
Just a nice cold glass of milk.
He seems like I've met him several times. He seems like a very nice guy to chill back with a cold glass of milk.
Unbelievable. Now, this is the kind of topics you guys talk about on Clouded Conversations.
Exactly.
You just pick one subject and you just talk about it for the entire episode, correct?
Yeah, we try to do that and everything. Try to make it beef it up for at least 20 minutes to a half hour. And
I'd like to add one more important thing while I think of it.
What's that?
Yeah, whatever you want.
Okay, we were doing an important public service message, so I'd like to do one more because the crowds all seem to like it.
Go ahead.
Hey, what are you doing? My mother gave me 25 cents for a comic book, so I'm, 25 cents for having to run the house, so I'm going to buy a comic book.
But look what a mess you're making here.
Well, that's okay. I'm going to pay for the comic book. But don't forget, it's not yours, so you pay for it. Say that again. Unless you buy it, it's not yours. Oh. Now, Clouded Conversations took on these public service messages, and I guess as a result, the people like them.
Well, yeah, everybody liked that episode because I don't know anybody that doesn't remember those.
If you're over the age of 40, you remember these public service announcements that were done by the Better Business Bureau back in the 70s and the 80s, and they usually aired around cartoons or Brady Bunch reruns and whatnot. In the Boston area, they aired on WLVI Channel 56 and WSBK TV Channel 38, Boston.
Well, those are the days of Dale Dorman, and We Don't Knock by Dana Hersey.
The movie Loft.
Those shows were funny. They had just funny hosts. So maybe I guess it's time to bring back the laughter, bring back the morale, the laughter.
Well, I want to tell everybody, I've gotten rave reviews. People have commented on Clouded Conversation, especially that public service announcement episode. That was the most listened show you guys have done. And you guys need to continue to do this because people love listening to, like I said at the top of this program, the nonsense, the ridiculous knowledge that we all possess because everybody knows this stuff. I mean, you guys did a show on
Roosevelt Franklin.
Roosevelt Franklin. They had a little puppet guy from the Muppets on Sesame Street back in the 70s. And people gravitate towards this stuff because everybody that, like I said, over the age of 40 knows this stuff, and you guys are the experts on this stuff.
Well, that's for kids and adults.
Kids and adults. Well, we were kids. Kids and adults alike and everything. And when I was a kid and everything, I loved Roosevelt Franklin. I even had a Fisher Price Roosevelt Franklin, one of those figures and everything, with my Sesame Street clubhouse. And then he was around in the 70s and everything. He just disappeared off the face of the earth. And I always wondered what happened.
That's stupid. Why are you taking away the best of the Muppets? They say, what's wrong with it? And then they were complaining about Ernie and Bert. Come on. You need Ernie and Bert. There was a learning processing, for God's sakes.
That's true. So we were out there. Roosevelt Franklin. Now, I knew very little about Roosevelt Franklin. I vaguely remember him on Sesame Street until you guys started talking about it a year or so ago. And you went out and got like an exact replica Muppet from Sesame Street. And you had an album of the songs. And Quincy went berserk when you showed him that album.
Oh, yeah.
Mobley Mosley.
It's called 1971, the year of Roosevelt Franklin, which is also the year I was born.
And also the year I was born as well. So 1971 is the year of...
It's the year.
It is the year, 1971. Quincy, I don't even want to know what year you were born in.
63.
63.
I think.
Wow, you're that old. You think you don't even
Pretty
know.
sure. Like, well, as it, when I was just a little kid, I would watch these cartoons and Sesame Street, and then
Well, I'm hearing through my earpiece from our producer, the lovely and talented Miss Abigail OMG Abby. She has your W-2 form, and it says you were born on October 20th, 1963.
Oh, there you go. Thank you.
So you were born before Kennedy got blown away, just by a couple weeks.
There you go.
You probably don't remember that, but you were sucking down some milk, probably right as Kennedy was getting a bullet through his forehead.
Probably was.
Yeah, back and to the left. Unbelievable. Now, if you want to listen to Clouded Conversations, you can go to our YouTube channel, which is, get a pencil or write it down right now, which is www.youtube.com/AfterHoursTC.
And I'm sure you'll have as much fun listening to it as we do making it.
Now, can you guys end the show here by singing a little Roosevelt Franklin for everybody?
I'm the Roosevelt Franklin. Yes, I am. I'm the Roosevelt Franklin. Roosevelt Franklin going outside.
Franklin, how old are you? Man, I used to be one. Now I'm going on two. What you gonna do when you turn 3? I'm gonna sit, I'm gonna look my daddy right on his knee. What you gonna do when you turn 4? I'm gonna take me a walk to the candy store. What you gonna do when you turn 5?
Gonna go out and see me alive.
I believe it was, I'm going to, something about a beehive.
Yeah, there you go. And then what you gonna do when you turn 6? It's like gonna sit down and break up sticks. How about that? It's like it would rhyme everything.
And what you gonna do when you turn 7? I'm walking down to the church and say good morning to the Reverend. Dun, 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 dun. Now Roosevelt Franklin, what about 8? I'm gonna eat all the collard greens off of my plate. What you gonna do when you turn 9? I'm gonna take a ride on the railroad line. Choo choo.
What you gonna do when you turn 10? Gonna come back to 1, start over again. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then the girlfriend goes.
And remember, this is After Hours, and we never close.